us now. Lieutenant Colonel, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And by the way, we only have about 5 minutes here, Colonel, and if people want more, they got to listen to your interview with Tucker Carlson on Tucker Carlson Today at Fox Nation. You go through your entire story. It's absolutely fascinating, and I'm grateful what you've spoken up for. One question I want to ask. You stood up for accountability when no one else did. But no one else has been held accountable, up or down the chain of command. Do you think your stance ultimately was effective?
Pete, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. And, I really appreciate you asking that question because people are asking me, look at the scoreboard, Stu. You're losing. You haven't affected change. Hey, I just got out of the Marine Corps. I've only been out for 2 weeks. Pete, bring me back on in a year, and I'll be pointing at the scoreboard. I fully intend to make change. I've been very saddened by the amount of people that think this is just the way it is and you can't make change. I believe we can make change, and I believe we will.
Well, you've said from the beginning this was never about politics. Other people have wanted to make it political. It wasn't political for you. When you talk about that kind of change, are you talking about political change? Are you talking about change within the military, the kind of retribution you faced for speaking out? I mean, you took accountability for it, but your superiors went after you all the way to the day you were out of the Marine Corps.
The target of my wrath when I was in the military was at the 4-star level. We are winning every tactical battle in our wars, at least just in the GWOT wars for the last 20 years. Where we are failing is at the operational and strategic level, the 4-star general up through the National Security Council, and no one is addressing those problems. Also, I believe Congress is not holding the military accountable. So this is a two-pronged approach where we need leaders, not politicians, and we also need the military to recognize its failures so that we're not putting junior service members in harm's way when there's preventable attacks. And so, yes, both a political and a military focus of what I plan to change.
You raise a great point, Lieutenant Colonel, and it's summed up in a line that your lawyer, Tim Parlatore, used in your sentencing hearing. He said this, and I think this crystallizes a lot of what people don't understand, and you can maybe unpack a little bit for us. Tim said, there's more accountability for a corporal who loses his rifle than a general who loses a war. Why is that inside today's military?
I think most Americans lionize generals. They want to show appreciation to generals. They think military generals are very smart. You just go back to Abraham Lincoln. Look at him. Look how many generals he had to fire. Look how many generals we fired in World War II. We've gotten away from that. I don't know why we've gotten away from that, but we need to get back to open criticism, taking a hard look at where we're failing and holding them accountable.
And do you think it's ultimately, once you become a general, you're ultimately in a political realm, many of which don't have combat experience? So even the way they treated you, all the way up to the Secretary of the Navy, all the way to the Commandant, they're going to close ranks, squash any criticism to preserve their career? Is there a lot of that going on inside the military today?
I think my situation is a perfect example of how it could have been handled better. I do think that many generals figure out how to navigate their career, and that becomes the focus, maybe more so than honesty and an honest assessment of how we could do better, because if you start ruffling feathers, it may come at risk to your personal position. So there is absolutely some of that. I mean, the Secretary of the Navy, he is supposed to take my discharge. He was too scared to even take the discharge that was routed to him. He had the Undersecretary of the Navy endorse it because he didn't want to get his hands dirty. And it goes back to we need leaders, not politicians. And so I was really disappointed to see that.
It's so amazing. So you write a letter explaining your position, and the Secretary of Navy doesn't even want to read it and pushes it off to somebody else. You've said something, though, Lieutenant Colonel, on a podcast in the middle of this week, which caught some people's eye. You said, quote, I'm probably going to jump into a race in 2024. So unpack that for us a little bit. You said you're ready to get involved, check back with you, and we will. What are you looking to potentially jump into here?
Hey, the bottom line, Pete, is America is the greatest country in the world. I am a conservative, but I have dedicated my whole life to foreign diplomacy. I've got 3 sons growing up, and I want to leave this place better after I leave for my sons. And so now that I'm out of the military, I think the way to make difference is through politics. You know, I've just gone through a lot, so I don't think 22 makes sense. There's ways that I can influence the 22 election cycle with leaders that I want to put in office. But I think in 24, the time will be right where I want to throw my name in the hat and try and make the changes that I believe need to occur for our country to remain relevant in the foreign diplomacy sphere.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, because this is politics. Is there a state you're looking at, a district, a particular position?
I'm not there yet, Pete. I'm obviously looking at the field, but there's a lot changing with redistricting right now based on the census. And so I've got to let the landscape kind of settle. I'll reassess. I'll look at where we're at, and we'll go from there. That's a classic politician
Lieutenant
answer.
Colonel Stuart Scheller. That is a great answer. It's true. But you know what? You showed the kind of you can give that answer because you showed the kind of backbone the vast majority of politicians would never show, to cut against the grain and put their career on the line, to speak truth, to take accountability when no one else did. And you did take accountability. You live with that. And now you're moving forward to the next step. Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller, thank you for having that courage, for speaking for so many who couldn't speak, and you did in uniform. Congratulations on the book, Crisis of Command. And as I mentioned, you can catch the full interview of Lieutenant Colonel Scheller with Tucker Carlson today on Fox Nation. It's phenomenal. Stuart Scheller, God bless you. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thanks, Pete.